My parents gave the entire inheritance to my brother in their will and excluded me, so I stopped paying their bills. For as long as I can remember, there was always a clear division in my family. My brother, Ethan, was the golden child. He was the one my parents doted on, the one who could do no wrong. I, on the other hand, was the reliable one, the one who took care of things, the one who was always there, quietly, in the background. I was the one who paid their bills, managed their finances, and was their emergency contact for everything. I never really thought about it until it was too late. I was going through some of their old paperwork, getting things organized for them as I always did, when I found the will. It was sitting there, in a dusty box, and something inside me told me to open it. I saw it plain as day. The entire inheritance, their home, their savings, every single asset was to be left to Ethan. I was left with nothing, not even a mention. The only thing I was responsible for was the house, which I had to maintain for them until they passed. It was like they were planning on giving their house to my brother, and I was just the caretaker. My stomach dropped. It wasn't about the money. I had my own life, my own career. It was about the betrayal. It was about seeing in black and white that I meant nothing to them, that all my years of being the dutiful daughter, of taking care of them, of sacrificing my own time and money, meant absolutely nothing. They saw me as a convenience, a tool, a stepping stone for their precious son. I didn't confront them. I didn't scream or cry. I just quietly put the will back in the box and sealed it. I knew that they would just deny it, or worse, make me feel guilty for even looking. So I smiled and continued to be the good daughter. For a few weeks, I let it fester. I let the anger and the pain fuel a plan, a quiet, cold, and calculated plan. I knew their bills were due at the end of the month. I had been paying them for years, so I knew the drill. The mortgage, the electricity, the water, all of it. I had it all set up on autopay, so I logged into my bank account and disabled every single one. The gas, the internet, the phone, the home security system, all of it. I didn't just turn off the automatic payments, I completely removed them. It was a clean break. I knew that my brother, Ethan, had never paid a single bill in his life. He was a freeloader, a man-child who still lived off a trust fund my parents had secretly set up for him years ago. He was a complete and utter mess, and they had rewarded him for it. I was a responsible, grown adult, and they had punished me for it. It was time for a reckoning. A month passed. The first few days were silent. Then, a few days after the due date, my phone started ringing. It was my mother. I let it go to voicemail. Then, a text. The electric bill is due. I didn't reply. Then, the water bill is late. Again, silence from me. She started calling more frequently, her tone growing more and more frantic. Why aren't the bills being paid? She'd ask. I'd just calmly say, oh, I'm sure Ethan will take care of it. The sheer look of confusion on her face was priceless. She never had to worry about bills before. It was a job she assumed I would do forever. She couldn't even fathom that I had just stopped. A few days later, my brother called me, his voice dripping with anger. What's wrong with you? He yelled. The mortgage is overdue. We're getting late fees. I just laughed. Well, you're the one who got the inheritance, Ethan, I said, my voice sweet. I'm sure you can figure it out. The silence on the other end of the line was the most beautiful sound I had ever heard. He had no idea how to pay bills, no idea how to even log into their bank account. He was completely useless. My parents, who had been so sure that they had made the right choice, were now living in a dark, cold house with an entitled son who was completely incapable of taking care of them. The irony of it all was delicious. I had to pay their bills, but he got the inheritance. Now he had nothing, and I was free. They had made their bed, and now they had to lie in it.